Hello, welcome to I'm Sweaty and I Know It. This is my YouTube channel. I'm Callie. I want to kind of restart my YouTube channel off on the foot of you guys knowing my health and wellness journey, because obviously I started somewhere and there's a reason behind why I literally dedicated my life to this industry. So let's get right into things, but before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and you follow me on Instagram at I'm Sweaty and I Know It. Okay, quick little side note before we begin. As you can see, I'm literally in a room with a fridge, and I want everyone to know that this is not how it usually is. I am back from Miami, obviously, so my parents are like quarantined, and they've literally plasticed off. It's me in my space, and then their space. It's so funny. Little fun fact. Let's get into this. My health and wellness journey began in Canada, actually. I used to live there for 9 years and I moved there when I was 2. The way that my house was positioned was I was kind of near downtown. In the little neighborhood area of where I was, there was a little tennis court. And the tennis court had this, they became an ice rink whenever it was the winter. And they'd freeze ice over it and you could go skate and play hockey and do whatever you wanted. I was 2 and I had these little bob skates, and I distinctly remember this because it was a highlight of my life. I would skate as fast as I could and dive into snow, like head first. It was so fun. But anyway, long story short there. I had been skating since I was 2. It was always a part of my life. Skating in Canada is kind of like football in America, if that makes any sense. So as you can imagine, everyone in my school would always go skate, and it was just a huge deal. I had this best friend. I basically wanted to be exactly her. She decided she wanted to do figure skating and take lessons. Of course, I was like, I have to do that too. There I was. And I took my basic skills, skating lessons, actually fell in love. I remember my first day with my skating lessons, I could not stop talking to my sister about it. She took lessons as well, and we both did, and we were obsessed. That passion honestly kind of burned the whole time I skated. But yeah, so that was kind of the start of my health and wellness. As a skater, it's like extremely rigorous and time-consuming sport. It's just, you have to train constantly. It's like a full-time job, 6 days a week, and you're always training. In middle school, that's when I would train before school, after school. I would do conditioning. I was skating like it was obscene. I think I just really developed these habits from a young age, that being in shape and working out was just a part of me. That's how I grew up. But then you could say high school happened. I think I kind of realized that I wanted more of a social life. I wasn't having time to do things that people my age were doing. I kept getting super injured. I had a knee injury. I think I was like 11, 12, 13, like that age. I kept getting more injuries. I just started to realize that skating maybe wasn't everything to me. Once I started getting a social life again and kind of like veering off from being a competitive athlete, I really started to gain weight. I also got on birth control, and I think the hormones really threw off my body's balance. I gained 20 pounds in a year. I had my coach tell me that I couldn't compete because I was too heavy in the athlete sense. Flash forward to junior year. This is when my coach told me that. I had this one boyfriend. I remember him telling me, I posted this picture. It was me in a bikini, and I thought I looked really good in it, but he said that him and his friends thought I looked chubby. And I was already kind of having like insecurities about my weight to start off with. It kind of killed my confidence in a way. Backtracking a little bit, I moved to Pittsburgh my junior year. I'd gone to 3 different high schools in 3 years, and I graduated early. I was a new kid from Texas. I got bullied, like really, really intensely bullied. There was a group chat made about me, and there was a bunch of people that I didn't even know in this group chat. I just didn't know why. I don't know, I was just in a bad spot that year. I always had been this super like motivated, in shape person. Now here I was, not really feeling in control, and I just kind of like was listening to what outside voices were telling me about myself, and it put me down and made me feel bad about myself. I'm gonna kind of speed this up a little bit because the story can be kind of long. Long story short, I graduated a year early, like I said, by Pittsburgh. I can't handle this. I was ready. I was ready to go to college. I was ready just to move on. Anyway, I decided to go to the University of Miami in Florida. I did not know what to expect. Imagine just a bunch of like super tan, blonde, super skinny, yeah, so that was how it kind of was, how it felt at least. The first year, I was still like kind of insecure. I dropped some weight because I'd go to the gym like every day. I would try to eat healthy. I was just very focused on looking a certain way and fitting a certain mold. Come sophomore year, I decided that I wanted to become a fitness instructor. I just loved working out. I kind of left this part out of the story, but back when I was skating and going through all those injuries, I started doing pure barre. It's a very low impact type of movement, think ballet combined with Pilates and yoga. It was kind of like my saving grace in a way because I could keep training with low impact movements off the ice, and it was helping my injuries. So yeah, pure barre has always been a big part of my life. I wanted to become a pure barre instructor. I was gonna be moving off campus. I'd have my car sophomore year. I simply emailed the owner of the studio. She decided to interview me and I got the job. Training was very intense. I got very stressed. You could say I wasn't the best. It was actually like really bad when I first started teaching. And for the first 3 months, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I literally cannot stand this. Like, I'm so bad. I feel like every time I teach, it's like public humiliation. I pushed through it. After 3 months, I got the groove, I got my teaching style, and I fell in love with teaching. I was starting to see and develop different relationships with clients and really seeing their fitness journeys and how working out maybe wasn't always about looking a certain way. Into sophomore year, I kind of was thinking like, I want to start a blog. I started I'm Sweaty and I Know It beginning of the summer of my going into my junior year of college. I was like, I don't know how I feel about sharing my life with like everyone I know, but I started to see that things that I was telling people were actually helping other people's lives, and that's the whole point of why I made the blog in the first place. But that summer was really bad. I went back into a downward spiral of just, it was not in a good place. I had a lot of things happen in my personal life that just didn't, I was just making bad choices all over again, kind of like high school. I was just doing things that were not helpful to my body. Junior year, I got back on track again, thanks to health and wellness. I think my blog also really helped me. I was like, why am I writing a health and wellness blog if I'm like doing the opposite and over here like just living a super unhealthy lifestyle? Junior year, I don't know, like really picked up for me. I just started seeing like my own body was just feeling really good from like the way I was treating myself, what I was putting into my body, what I was doing with my body. Just all of it became this like, I want to feel good because of what I'm doing. The power walking every day was helping, the eating clean and cutting out all these just foods that maybe were good in the moment but didn't make me feel good overall. Just cutting all that out just brought me to this place of like, wow, I actually think I just feel aligned, I feel good. I'm currently now a Pilates instructor. I still teach barre, obviously. I blog. It's so funny to think because last summer I was doing a 9-to-5 internship in a cubicle office and I was miserable. My love is fitness. I love helping people become their best selves and become sweaty in the sense that you're becoming your best, absolute best self. That's a little bit of my journey. Subscribe below for more health and wellness tips and videos like this. I'll post some workouts soon. As always, follow me on Instagram at I'm Sweaty and I Know It. Send me a DM and I will definitely respond to you. Have a great rest of your day and obviously, stay sweaty.